What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to episode 2 of Chaos Daily. So, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really have much to talk about today. I've been playing Cyberpunk, yeah, but I've not been working. I've been thinking about stuff. I've been thinking about what I'm doing for episode 7 of the Draco build. I'm not going to get into that. You can wait till episode 7. You might see a hint of it here or there throughout the next week, but I'm not going to give everything away on this episode of Chaos Daily when it should be in the Draco build series. So go watch it there when it comes out. Too bad. But what we're going to talk about today is I have a shameful, and I mean a shameful, catalogue of concepts and designs that I never finished. That are just sitting there, just not finished. I've got a backlog of this stuff that I'll get to, maybe. Some of the stuff was I was just trying something out, didn't like it, so gave up. Well, not give up, I just stopped wasting my time on it because I tried a thing, I learned a thing, but it wasn't what I wanted, so we're going to go have a look at that. So, straight into Inventor, let's go. So, this is my Inventor Projects folder. There's quite a few things in here. Quite a few things indeed. There's, the good old Cyberbike, there's Draco, and then a number of stuff that I, was going to start or do or not do, or, like the Not a Rocket project. I might build a rocket at some point in the future. Like a model rocket, goes psh, lots of fun. There's other stuff like I wanted to build a gaming chair that looked like the Elite Imperial Flight Chair out of Elite Dangerous, but I'm not going to do that anymore because I've got a perfectly good chair. And why do stupid shit like this? This is a waste of time. I should probably delete this folder. You know what? Bye. Go away. But we do have this folder. Now, in this folder are all of my ideas for concept planes, that sort of stuff. If it flies, it goes there. This is the Chaos Volatilis. Volatilis is like a Latin word for like flying or floating or something like that. I don't know. Go look it up. I did. I've forgotten, but I don't care. It's a cool name. So in here, there are a number of things. Let's go have a look at them. The first one I want to talk about is the E-Glide project. If you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen this project, something I'm really interested in actually doing. I've got a number of different versions of it here. So when I finish with the Draco build and I move on to another project, I mentioned in yesterday's episode, one of those projects could be a simpler RC plane. I would like to do this, right? This is a glider concept. It comes with an optional thrust pod type thing. This would be a lot of fun to do. I don't know where you'd put the batteries for this EDF, but that's a future problem. Don't need to think about it right now. I've designed this at the moment with a rib substructure, very similar to what you would do for regular 3D printing. So this would probably work for both resin and regular 3D printing. A couple of the reasons why I don't want to do this as the next RC plane project is because this one is a bit near and dear to me. Like this is a pet project of mine. I want to make this really good, so it's not something I can just like quickly throw together. It's a simple project that anyone can do. This is going to have some pretty interesting stuff in it, so probably not going to work on this. But I thought I'd just give you guys a quick view of it and show you what it looks like, what it is. It's just a V-tail, slope soarer glider type deal. It's gorgeous. Let me just change the... There we go. So I just switched it to a texture that you could see it better. So yeah, this is a really aerodynamic shape. I've done some flow simulations on this. Just turned out to be incredibly good. So, drag coefficient of 2.2. Is this a GIF? Why did I make a GIF of this? Yeah, this is a different design. No, we don't want to look at that. So yeah, this is one of the things that I have in store for the future, but not for a while. Okay, like this is my baby. This is going to be like, it will be for sale. It will be available for people when it's finished. But this is going to be a bit like the Draco. It's a bit more of a enthusiast build. It's a bit more time and energy that goes into building it, putting it together, getting it to work nicely. So that's for another day. So what else have we got? Let's have a see. Something that would be simple, right, for an RC project. I'm more than likely for this next RC build going to do something completely new, start from scratch. So it'll be sort of like a collaborative effort between me and you guys. We'll sort of discuss. I don't know. I'll make a forum post on Flight Test forums or something. Let's have a look here. The Volatilis Procurastores. I can't even remember how you pronounce that. Let's open this up. I'll just open up the screenshot because the 3D file is garbage. This was the sketch that I made for it, right? It is also just it's almost a delta, but it does have a V-tail. So this is This was one of my early concepts for the E-Glide that I just showed you, but this would have twin EDFs built into the fuselage near the core. So like, I don't want to go EDF for this next RC project. Like EDF would be, I don't know. I mean, we could, but I want to just put a simple prop motor on it, make it a nice little simple flyer. I'm thinking maybe a Delta or something. We'll see. So there's that one. What else have I got in here? This is you've seen this on my YouTube page or on my Twitter bio. This is the Tri-Gull. This is a multi-rotor. It's a tri-rotor, a tricopter that also has transforms in flight. Again, this is something I would love to do, but this is a bit outside of the scope for this RC project that I'm thinking of. It needs to be simple, sort of like a beginner level thing, because I will be creating the files for both resin printing and for FDM printing, and I need to get my FDM printer up and running so that I can test the files printed on FDM as well, which is just a whole kettle of fish that I don't want to think about right now. So I'm going to try and keep the whole scope of it simple. But here is another one of the designs that I've worked on. I will definitely be building this thing at some point. It's a flying penguin. Look, it's got a penguin beak. I love this thing. It's one of my most favorite designs that I've worked on. Definitely going to see this happening at some point. Probably next year. It's going to be an expensive build. Lots of moving parts. Like, for instance, this tail, it moves like this. There'll be a hinging system for the cables and everything go in for the motor. And then also, it turns along this axis. So you get your... So yeah, you can see there that I've just separated it. This will have another tilt, and that gives you your tilt. So when you're in like vertical mode, you get the tilt for the rear rotor, because on a tricopter you have a servo that moves your tail rotor. And then when it's in level flight, it switches to being a yaw action for a rudder. So you get thrust vectoring control like that. And you also get thrust vectoring control for these forward props. So this will be a lot of fun to build. This is going to be very complicated. It's going to require a lot of custom technologies put into it, especially developing the code for this to be switching from a tilt rotor to a forward flight. I'm going to have to find some people online that have done something similar to this already, and probably start a collaboration or a discussion on how to make that work. So that would be a lot of fun, but a little too complicated. Let's see what else we've got. Okay, so quickly blow through the last three here. This is the Chaos, what did I call this? Libertas. This would be a twin EDF with a forward canard. This one will be a lot of fun. I never really got this design further than the sketch. I did start a inventor thing for it, but I never finished it because some of the shapes around the EDFs and the wing I wasn't happy with, and especially like when you go from a sketch to a 3D model, it doesn't always work out the way you want. So I'll probably work on this design as well at some point, but let's not go there. It's not good enough. I'm not happy with it. Right, something else that I've got. This is the, what did I call this? This is the Nephele, you know, like the Nephilim, so like an angel, whatever. This also, you see, there's a common theme in my designs. There's sort of like gull wing, sort of wing, like it looks like a gull's wing. A lot of the designs that I make are very inspired by nature. This also has a EDF, but this one has the advantage of this EDF is quite large. So if I just grab the measuring tool, let's get a measurement in here, 124 in diameter. So that's a pretty big diameter. You can put a prop in there, and that's what I did. I designed this to actually take a prop. You can see here in this photo of it, I designed it to have this sort of prop. So I can design a custom prop, and yeah, it's technically an EDF, but this is within design scope. You can 3D print this prop. Whether you can 3D print it on a plastic printer is another story. It should be able to, it's quite thick. This should work. This design though, I wasn't sure if these elevators would work right in front of an EDF. I don't know if the aerodynamics works for that. I think these would have to be on the back side. I don't know if elevators would work here. Not sure. Also, same thing with the rudder. Putting the rudder right there in front of the EDF, it affects, in front of the prop, it affects the performance of the prop. So probably not a good idea. So I don't know, but I actually got quite far with this design. I usually make a master form, which is the entire solid shape. And then I go in and I actually start making individual parts. And you can see here's a sketch of the wing section. Now this is garbage. I won't be doing it like this. This is too heavy. This is really, I was really naive back then when I did this. In fact, you can see this wing right there, that wing there, that is this. So it was 3D printed. And that's how I know it was too heavy. It was a shitty design, really shitty design. So yeah, there's that one. We might work on something similar to this, make a modified design of it. As you can see, I always do fluid sim tests on everything. This is a previous design of it without the prop. You can see there it has a twin vertical stabilizer. That was quite cool. I quite like that design. But then where do you put the prop? So that died. Moving on, this is the monogol. Yeah, see, it's a little bit inspired by the trigol, but instead of having 3 motors, 3 props, 3, rotors, whatever, it has 1 EDF in the middle. I think this is pretty cool, but again, it's an EDF. Some of this is going to be pretty complicated for 3D printing and stuff. Leave your comments down below, please. Just say, I want to see more of this plane. And I've got a bunch of screenshots and stuff of it here, but it's better just to look at the 3D model. So this would be a lot of fun. Again, it's an EDF. I need to stop doing EDFs. I just love EDFs. But I think there's some interesting aerodynamic issues with this. I don't know how well it would fly. It would definitely be a lot of fun. It looks fast, but I think it's going to have a lot of drag. There's a lot of improvements I need to make to the design, some of the wing thicknesses and stuff. Like this hump here, I don't know what I was thinking. That needs to go. How do you get a spar through that? Yeah, so a lot of these designs are years and years old. Like I made them years ago, so way back, way back. What else we got? That's it. So there you go. Just been a quick overview of the stuff that I've done in the past. Some of those are like just years old. I don't see myself going back to them. But what they did do was teach me a lot about designing planes from scratch. Just from simple sketches, bringing your idea into a form and seeing how it then looks in 3D. Through that, over the years, I've developed this ability to just do just about anything in CAD. It literally just comes down to practice, trying something out. You're not always gonna get what you want. I mean, you saw there. I've got a folder full of stuff that isn't complete, that isn't done. All it is learning, trying stuff out. Practice, practice, practice. Just keep doing stuff and you get better. It just takes a long time with anything, but it's worth it, so stick to it. Yeah, leave your comments down below what sort of thing you would like to see when we get around to making the next RC plane. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Should we go EDF? Should we stick to prop, keep it simple? Should we make it a delta? Should we make it a fixed wing? Canards on the front, long easy, like you name it. Let's avoid any kind of like replicas or something, like I'm doing with the Draco. Avoid like actual aircraft. Let's come up with a plane shape or design plan and go with that. Something new. New concept, new design, something you guys would like to see. Let me know down in the comments, that'd be great. So yeah, it's been an interesting episode, taking you for a little tour. Tomorrow I might do the same, but I'll take you in a different folder with some other weird shit. Yeah? Let me know. So yeah, I've been Chaos. This has been episode 2. Yeah, episode 2 of the Chaos Daily. And yeah, until next time, expect the unexpected. I'll see you guys later. And a special thank you to all my patrons that help support the channel. If you would also like to support the channel, there's a link in the description.